YouTube, let me tell you something. I had all kind of issues trying to go live this morning with this stream, getting error messages I have never seen before. So I had to delete the stream I already had set up to go live and just make a whole new stream with a quick title because it wouldn't let me go live. That's so weird. But I was supposed to do this live this past Saturday, y'all. So last week I worked so hard. I was like, yeah, I'm not going live today. That's why I didn't do it this past Saturday. And then if you were paying attention, you kept seeing where this week I kept pushing it back and pushing it back. Baby, I had so much going on this week and I was drained physically. And normally I am the type to still push through and let's try to do it anyway. Not this week. What's up, Breezy? Not this week. I was like, no, I don't feel like it. I'm not going to push myself. When I'm able to go live, I'll go live. So here I am. Okay. And I've been trying to go live for like since like 11:28. I don't know why I kept getting this error message. Let me pull up my notes so we can jump right into it because on one of my phones is about to go dead. Hit the like button, tap my face on TikTok, please. Share this with somebody. Today we're talking about you're healed, but you're still bound. You're healed, but you're still bound. So why do you feel stuck after healing? All right. So you went to therapy, you cried the tears, you forgave the past, but you're still battling torment. That's not healing, that's a hostage situation. So I'm going to ask you this. Have you ever asked why you feel spiritually heavy even after doing the inner work? Have you ever asked yourself, why do I still feel heavy? Why do I still feel like I'm carrying something? All right, this teaching is not about shaming healing, it's about finishing the process. Y'all already know Renisha believes in what? God and therapy, the couch and the altar. So I don't want anybody on here talking about Renisha is talking against therapy. That is a lie. Y'all know I believe in therapy. What's up, Dorato? I probably just messed up your entire name. And I actually remembered to hit the go live button on LinkedIn this morning. Come on, somebody. Happy Friday. All right. So, emotional healing is not the same as spiritual deliverance. I wish I could move this phone closer. That's a little bit better. So, emotional healing is not the same as spiritual deliverance. All right. Let's talk about what healing actually is. All right, so there's emotional healing, right? This address, and if you're taking notes, take notes. So, emotional healing, it addresses your past, your pain, and emotional trauma. All right, your inner wounds. That's what emotional healing does. If you're on YouTube, can you please hit the like button? It pushes the video out. So, emotional healing is going to help you understand what's going on. It's going to bring understanding, acceptance, and coping tools when you're talking about healing emotionally. And the truth of the matter is, thank you for whoever is tapping the screen on TikTok. Thank you so much. The truth of the matter is, there are a lot of people who are jacked up emotionally. And the issue is, nobody wants to admit it. Nobody wants to do anything about it. Everybody wants to say, oh, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. But then everybody surrounding you, the people around you, they know you're jacked up emotionally and they're afraid to be honest with you and tell you because they're scared you're going to go off on them. When I start lying, please come get me. Some of you, you see on social media people that are just jacked up. You're looking and you're like, why are they acting like that? Why are they responding like that? Some of you see it in real life, your real life interactions, whether you're on your job, whether you're at church. Let's talk about church. These leaders that are in the pulpit emotionally jacked up and trying to lead congregations. and nobody is saying nothing. They got mad at their old pastor. Then they decided to go start their own church. That's not even in my notes. So we're talking about what healing actually is. All right. So there's emotional healing, therapy, journaling, support groups. This is how you heal emotionally. Those are some ways that you heal emotionally. Then there's spiritual deliverance. That's a form of healing. So that breaks the demonic attachments and unseen spiritual bondage that's caused by those past wounds that we just talked about. Y'all know how therapists will tell you that trauma, even some doctors will tell you that if it's a good doctor, will talk about how trauma literally gets trapped in your body and can cause all these sicknesses and things like that. All right. So there's the emotional healing, the spiritual deliverance. That's when we cast out spirits of rejection, fear, perversion, heaviness. Y'all know I just finished the whole teaching on the marine spirits, the marine kingdom. Thank you for tapping the screen on TikTok. I appreciate it. All right. So then there's mind renewal. So we're talking about what healing actually is. There are a lot of unhealed people walking around like it's cute. It never gave cute. So number one is emotional healing. Number two, spiritual deliverance. And number three, mindset renewal. You have got to be renewed. You have to be transformed. I'm sorry. You have to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's scripture, okay? So mind renewal, it replaces false beliefs and strongholds with the truth and God's word. To break it down for some of you, if you want to know what mind renewal looks like, affirmations. If they're biblical affirmations based on scripture, that's one quick example that everybody can probably understand. When people start saying, I am enough, or I'm brilliant, I'm the head and not the tail, all of my needs are met, things like that. That's an example of you trying to actively renew your mind. So you're shifting from saying, I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I don't deserve this, I'm never gonna have this, to I'm chosen and equipped, I'm a royal priesthood, a chosen generation, I have everything I need, things like that. Okay. So Luke 10 Luke chapter 13, verses 10 through 13 talks about how Jesus healed a woman who had a spirit of infirmity. He laid hands on her, cast it out, and stood up. So that's healing, deliverance, and alignment. She didn't just continue to be bent over, right? She had to take action. There are multiple parts in this thing, okay? So when you're talking about healing, you got to do the work emotionally. There's emotional healing, there's spiritual deliverance, and then there's mind renewal. Please stop spamming my chat, whoever you are. Bree, I don't know if I can make you a moderator. Let me see. Oh, I can. Can you mute them? Hold on me. Bree, can you mute that person? Hello to everyone that's coming in on YouTube, but you don't have to spam. You don't have to spam the chat, okay? Can you hit the like button on YouTube? Thank you, TikTok, for tapping my face. And on LinkedIn, hi to anyone that may be watching. I never see if anybody's watching on LinkedIn, so I don't know how that works, okay? My name is Renisha. If you're just joining, I'm an inner healing coach, so I help you all things emotional when it comes to your emotional healing. All right, whether you're struggling spiritually, you may be struggling with trauma from a child, you may be struggling from trauma with the relationship, all things inner healing. That's what I do. You can find my services in my pin site link. If you just click it, you'll see everything that I have to offer. Not everything, but most of the things. Most of the things, okay? So we just finished talking about what healing actually looks like. The title for today's live is You're Healed, but You're Still Bound. All right. So I'm talking about why you still feel stuck after going through healing. And if you need the replay, you can go to my YT channel to catch the replay from the beginning. All right. So now I'm going to give you some symptoms of residual bondage after healing. You can write these down or you can just come back and catch them later. She timed him out for 86,000 seconds. That is hilarious. You can Write these down or just get them later, but these are some symptoms that you're still dealing with residual bondage, okay? See if you see yourself in any of these signs. So you moved on. This is sign number one, not in any particular order. You've moved on, but you still feel emotionally triggered in certain areas. You moved on. You say, this doesn't bother me anymore. You say, I'm good, but you get triggered like that in certain areas. Turn into the Tasmanian devil. It's okay, Bree. You did the right thing, honey. 86,000 seconds. I've never seen that. That was hilarious. Um, but yeah, all you have to do is mute them. Okay, so that's one sign that you're still dealing with some residual bondage. If you know, it says it's filtering comments. You have a blessed day too on TikTok. Okay, so that's one sign. Another sign that you're still dealing with some bondage after healing. Your mind still feels foggy or like something's always resisting clarity. So you either feel like, okay, it's like I'm dealing with brain fog and I don't know why, or it's like you can never get clarity. It's like as soon as you think you have something figured out, as soon as you think that you've gotten this strategy, it's like no, like you're battling confusion again. So that's another sign that you're dealing with residual bondage after healing. Sign number three, you're exhausted no matter how many boundaries you set. Some of you are not good at setting boundaries at all. Okay? Some of you need to learn how to set boundaries. There was a comedian on TikTok who did a video recently saying basically, I think she was like the church's problem. I mean, your problem isn't the church's problem or something. I don't know. It was a funny video, but I commented and I said, you're being funny, but if pastors learn this and they set boundaries, they won't be, I can't say the word because they won't be leaving the earth prematurely. There are a lot of pastors who leave the earth prematurely because they don't know how to set boundaries. Baby, the church is God's bride, not yours. You have to set boundaries even with your people. I'm trying to figure out the handbook that told y'all that y'all supposed to give your church members access to you 24/7. I don't know where y'all get that from. And that's why y'all stressed out. That's why y'all have high blood pressure. That's why y'all stroking out because you don't know how to set boundaries. Listen here now. Try not to. All right. Let me just mute you. All right. So you're exhausted no matter how many boundaries you set. That's sign number three. Sign number four, you've broken off the relationship, but still feel a soul tie in your body. And that just doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. Okay. I'm a, focus, Renisha. If I sent somebody an invitation, I did not mean to do that. You've broken off the relationship. It does not just mean a romantic relationship, it could be something platonic, okay? But you still feel a soul tie in your body. That's a sign that you're still dealing with bondage, okay? It can be a work relationship, a church relationship, romantic, does not matter. But you can still feel the soul tie. It's like you can't break it. That's a sign. Also, you're still having spirit spouses dreams at night or you're having visitations. Y'all know I talked about this in the Marine Kingdom series. So you're still having dreams about having sex or being the R word in your dream, being violated. I can say it like that in your dreams, or you're dreaming about somebody that looks like your ex boyfriend or your ex girlfriend, and you're not realizing that it's a whole demon you're sleeping with. That's a sign that you are still dealing with bondage, even though you've done work to heal. And the next sign, I don't even know what number we on now. One, two, three, four, five. I think number six. You cry, fast, and worship, but the heaviness won't lift. You do all of the church things that they taught you to do. A lot of them, they'll tell you, oh, just fast. Oh, you just need to fast. Oh, just pray. Oh, just read the Bible. But they don't talk about deliverance. There's a lot of churches that don't mention deliverance at all. And I still can't figure that out. Churches that will tell you you don't even need deliverance. When you get saved, you're automatically delivered. Baby, that is a whole lie. Tell your pastor I said it. That is a lie, okay? So you broke the soul tie, but the spirit stayed. The spirit behind the soul tie, it stayed, okay? Healing can bandage the wound. Deliverance removes the infection. If you're just jumping on, my name is Renisha. I'm an inner healing coach. I'm also a deliverance minister, all right? So that's why you hear me switching in and out. But I deal with all things emotional healing. So when you have trauma that you're trying to figure out, whether it's childhood trauma, adulthood trauma, it doesn't matter. And a lot of you like you have it all together from the outside. I help high achieving women heal. Okay, so I'm the one that sees past all of that. I see past all of your accomplishments, all of your accolades, your awards. I love that for you, sis. But you still need to heal. You look good. You have a nice car, a nice house, husband, kid. You got all of that. But you still need to heal. Okay? Now, let's talk about why this happens. Healing the soul isn't casting out spirits, okay? So what's actually happening is you have trauma. Trauma is creating an opening in the soul. Trauma. We've all dealt with it. Nobody on here can say, "Oh, I don't have any trauma." That is a lie. We've all dealt with some form of trauma that creates an opening in the soul, and then the wound becomes a landing strip for demonic access. If you just try to ignore it, push it down, this don't bother me, it's nothing, that is a landing strip for demonic access. Period. After that, then you have spirits that come in and attach itself to the wound. Spirits of fear, lust, shame, bitterness, etc. Rejection, that's a huge one that's connected to a lot of spirits. It comes on that landing strip, that wound, and it just sits there. So then you go and you get emotional, you get healing for the emotional part, but you never address the spirit. You never break covenant with the spirit. Therapy and God, the couch and the altar. You need both. So it's like renovating a house while the intruder is still living in the basement or the attic. You're renovating a house and don't know you still have squatters. You still have squatters in your house. These demons that you refuse to address, okay? So therapy can help you process, but it doesn't evict the demons. Unless you were like me with a therapist who just so happens to have the Holy Ghost. So the sessions are way more intense because she can do both. Okay? Licensed therapist and deliverance minister. All right. So deliverance brings eviction and restoration. Let me show you. I'm gonna give you some hidden agreements that keep you bound. I'm almost done. Bree was like, "Oh my God." Thank you for hitting the like button too on YouTube. Thank you, y'all. TikTok, whenever you can, just tap my face a little bit. Good morning, Sharon. Sharon, I feel like you've been here before and I haven't seen you forever. I don't know if you're the same Sharon, but hey girl, hey. Okay. Here are some hidden agreements that keep you bound. And again, LinkedIn, it never lets me see if anybody is on LinkedIn. But hey, LinkedIn, hidden agreements that keep you bound. These silent covenants that healing alone does not cancel. What's up, Candace? Vows you've made unknowingly. Okay, Sharon, I thought so. Vows you've made unknowingly. Saying things like, I'll never need anyone again. That's why I don't have friends. I don't need nobody. Everybody on here has, in our ignorance, made some type of vow. I'm never going to get married. Or if you've been married and divorced, I'm never getting married again. Just saying all kind of stuff. All right. And you don't even realize your own word. You're using your own words. Thank you for tapping the screen on TikTok. You're using your own words to curse yourself. You're using your own words to curse your life. And then months go by, years go by, and you're wondering, man, how come in this area it's like I'm hitting a brick wall? I'm prospering in every other area. It's because you got to dismantle that word curse that you spoke over yourself. Okay? So that's one hidden agreement that keeps you bound. Another hidden agreement, false identities. You're always the strong one. You don't do emotions. I'm always the strong one. Nothing bothers me. I'm good. Everybody comes to me for everything. Oh, baby, I've learned how to detach, which I get detachment is necessary in some situations, but that's not what we're talking about right now. Okay. So you don't do emotions. Baby, that's another hidden agreement that keeps you bound. I need you to feel it. Y'all heard me start saying this year, I may trigger you, but I can help you heal. Some of you, you need to be triggered. You've been suppressing this mess for years, all of your life. Now you 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years old, and you're still stuck mentally and emotionally at the age of 13, 16, because you suppress stuff. Some of you, you need to be triggered. There is no way you can heal properly if you continue to bury that thing. Do you all understand what I'm saying? We're talking about hidden agreements that keep you bound, inner vows, false identities. Then there's this bitterness that lingers quietly. Okay? So you say things like, well, I forgive them, but I don't trust nobody. What's up, Mrs. Mary? I forgive them, but I don't trust nobody. Y'all, I've been here. I'll never trust anybody again. If I can't trust this, I know I can't trust any of you. Baby, when I tell you the trust issues I had, my trust issues were on fleek. When I tell you on fleek, some of you all know I did a Surviving Toxic Mother series. I renamed it to the Mother Room Suite. But in my mind, I used to think, well, if I can't trust my own mama, why should I trust any of you? Self-sabotage relationships, romantic and platonic. Because I'm like, I can't trust my mama, I can't trust you. Oh, okay. Hoarding luggage that should have been dropped off. That's it, Brie. All right. So this bitterness that lingers quietly, I don't trust anybody, I can't trust anybody. Baby, you still need to heal. And once again, I'm sharing my story to let you all know I'm not trying to act like I'm better than you, like I never dealt with any of this stuff. No, I have. That's why I can talk about it. You understand? Okay. And then number four, spiritual contracts. Spiritual contracts in dreams. You're having sex, you're getting married, you're getting rings put on your finger, you see babies, tattoos, water spirits, you're eating in your dreams. Now, once again, let me back all the way up. Y'all know when it comes to dreams, I do not deal with absolutes. Please do not think that every dream means the same thing. A lot of times when you see yourself eating in dreams, the enemy is trying to make you come into covenant with something, but not all the time. You might be on a fast. That's happened to me. And the enemy just wants you to break your fast. So you start dreaming about food. All right. But then there are times like last night, even since I did this consultation I had, a deliverance consultation I had Monday, the spirits been trying to attack me. So even last night I had like two separate dreams where the enemy was trying to present me food, but I know his tricks. I woke up, dismantled that, Lord, any covenant, blah 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 blah, and then that was that. All right, but I don't want you to think that just because you see a certain thing in your dream, it always means the same thing, because that is not true at all. Y'all got that? So sometimes you can see marriage in your dream, and it could be like a demonic marriage, or it could be your future. You have to be able to decipher between the two. What's up? You have to be able to decipher between what is what. You can see babies in your dream. It could be spirits of children that the Lord is trying to expose, or it could be assignments from God that you need to give birth to, or It could be talking about natural babies. Do y'all see how you cannot just see one thing and think it always means the same thing? Now, if you have an SEX in your dream, not good. Spirit spouses, that is not good. All right. I need you to know you're not crazy. You're just still in covenant with something that healing didn't break. Okay. I'm almost done, y'all. For those that are just jumping in, my name is Renisha. I'm an inner healing coach. Make sure you're following me on all my platforms. Okay, well, at least YT and TikTok. All right. So you have to learn how to be self-aware. Okay. You have to have self-awareness, humility, and spiritual discipline. And I'm just being real. When I get triggered, because I don't know why some of y'all think y'all should know me by now. I try to keep it real with y'all. Don't put Renisha on a pedestal. When I get triggered, even if I don't respond wrong, I'll sit myself down and say, okay, Renisha, why did that bother you? Why did you want to respond in this way? And I go back and trace it to the root. Is this a spirit of rejection, control, pride? What is it? I have to find it. I have to figure out what's the root behind this thing. And I'll take myself through deliverance in a minute, baby. Everybody can't do that. And even as a deliverance minister, I still believe in sitting in front of somebody else going through deliverance. But when I tell you, I don't just talk about it. I will take myself. What is that? What's your name? Where you come from? What you been hiding behind? Oh, okay, up and out. Period. Okay? So you have to deal with these truths. Healing takes honesty. If you can't be real with yourself, you're not going to heal properly. It just is what it is. Sorry, y'all. If you can't be real with yourself, you cannot heal properly. Healing takes honesty. Deliverance takes humility. I can't believe in 2025 there's still this whole battle between can Christians really have demons? I can't believe we're still here. Maybe it's 2025. I can't believe churches are still this ignorant. I can't believe that pastors are still not addressing deliverance ministry in their churches. So healing takes honesty, deliverance takes humility, and freedom takes discipline. If you want to get free and stay free, you have got to learn how to practice discipline. These people be wilding on TikTok. You've got to learn how to practice discipline. Okay? Anyone who is not disciplined is extremely dangerous. What's up, Latoria? Latoria? Hey, girl. Hey, anyone who lacks discipline is extremely dangerous. This is why I tell women, do not marry a man that cannot be disciplined when single. I don't, or a woman, because let me stop. We put everything on the man. Women too. Men, don't marry a woman that is not disciplined when she's single. Because baby, marriage is not going, what marriage ain't gonna fix that. These people, they just gonna get married and still be cheating on you because they couldn't be disciplined outside of that. You understand? So you have to understand if it took years to become bound, you have to give yourself grace as you unbind it. There is no way it took you years, some of you decades, to become bound, get all this trauma laid on you, and then you think in the moment, in the twinkling of an eye, everything is just supposed to be gone, just like that. Deliverance is a process. Okay? All right. All right. So I'm almost done. What freedom actually looks like. I think this is like the second to the last thing. What freedom actually looks like. And if you got on late, make sure you catch the replay on my YouTube channel. We love TikTok shop. We love TikTok shop. We love TikTok shop. We love TikTok shop. What freedom actually looks like. When you're free, your body doesn't carry trauma responses anymore. Y'all know I mentioned it again at the top of the live. that even medical doctors will tell you how, and therapists, how trauma hides in your body. Okay? Your body won't carry trauma responses anymore when you are really free. Also, your thoughts are clear. You won't constantly be heavy and confused. That's another sign that you're free. You will not keep getting triggered the same way over and over. Those triggers, you'll know you're not snapping like you used to. People can't just come in and send you off with the same thing anymore. Also, another sign, you sleep well. You're not drained. Baby, I've been sleeping so good since when? What month was it? I can't remember. It was like the Lord let me get, I was already sleeping good, but He let me get like extra deep sleep. I'm like, I'm sleeping too much at this point. Like, come on now. But you'll start sleeping well. You'll be resting well. You won't be drained. That's a sign that you're free. And then you'll be able to walk in joy without a mask. You won't have to put on this mask in front of people. All right, it's time for me to go to work. Let me put this mask on. Act like everything's okay. It's time for me to serve at church. Let me put this mask on. It's time for me to go to my family reunion. Let me put this mask on. No, you'll have real joy without a mask. You'll be free unapologetically. Okay? So freedom doesn't mean you forget. It just means the memory loss is power. Let me say that again. Thank you for tapping the screen on TikTok. Thank you for hitting the like button on YT. Freedom doesn't mean you forget. It means the memory lost its power. All right? So it's time to finish the job. Now you've done the healing work. Some of you have done the healing work. Some of you have done the healing work. If you haven't done the healing work, start doing the healing work. You've journaled, you've fasted, you've cried, you fought, but healing was never supposed to stop at coping. Exactly, Candace. Healing was never supposed to stop at coping. So if you need assistance in this area, there are a couple things you can do. One, you can join my online community. It's a mentorship and online community, but everybody that joins does not need to be mentored by me. Some of you just need community and you need accountability. If you know you ain't got no pastor, and no, I'm not trying to be your pastor. If you know that all your friends living a whole different life and you trying to walk right, baby, you need accountability. You need to be in a group with like-minded women. And I get it. Some of you are like, no, I've been there, I've done that. Yeah, my YouTube is the same thing. You can just, my link to YT is actually in my TikTok bio. So just click the link and it'll take you there so you can watch the replay. And make sure you follow me there too. But if you know you need accountability, you need community, I'm telling you, join Daddy's Daughters Society. It is a monthly mentorship where you're getting luxury level healing. This month, we're literally, because each month we have a theme. So the whole online community is about rebuilding your identity in God, in Christ, okay? But each month we have some type of theme. And this month, our theme is literally a prophetic word that God gave us. Y'all know sometimes I'll come on with these monthly public prophetic words. This month, the prophetic word is for the people in my online community. So you can join Daddy's Daughters Society. If you join, make sure you go back to week 1 and start watching the videos from there. Make sure you're getting the PDFs. I even switched it, I think, at this week where instead of sending y'all PDFs, I'm sending y'all Word documents. So all you have to do is pull it up and you can go and edit and answer the questions in your Word document. Okay? So make sure you're joining that. Also, if you know you need deliverance, you can book a consultation with me. Go to my pen site, LINK. Look for where it says deliverance consultation. Okay. Some of you, you may need some of the classes and the courses that I've already done. You can find that in my pen site, LINK. Also, one of my phones is about to go dead. You can find that there also. Okay. Also, you can simply ask God, show me what healing couldn't reach. Show me what therapy didn't get rid of. Again, for those of you that's just joining, I believe in God and therapy, the couch and the altar. I don't want anybody going up here talking about she was talking against therapy. That is a whole lie. What I do is therapeutic. I'm not a licensed therapist, but what I do is a form of therapy. So don't get up here talking about I'm talking against therapy because that is a lie, okay? Now, you've done the healing. Let's evict what the healing could not reach. That's all I have on my notes for today. Again, I was supposed to do this live last Saturday, but because I've been tired and I've learned not to push myself, please, Bree, come on in the room because I've learned not to push myself. And there are so many times where I would get on live and push and y'all didn't even know it and would be drained. So that's why I had to keep pushing this live back because I was like, no, I'm tired. I'm not going to keep pushing myself and showing up for other people. I'm going to show up for Renisha first. I have to be the example. So this is why I'm so late with this live, but I pray that it blessed you. Again, join Daddy's Daughter Society. The LINK is in my bio, or if you're on TikTok, you can just DM me DDS or something like that, online community, whatever, and I can just send you the direct link. If you're on LinkedIn, also you need that. If you need deliverance, book a consultation. If you need anything else that I have, literally go through my healing suite. It's called the healing suite, and you're so much. Those of you that have been dealing with mother wounds, somebody messaged me this about mother wounds, and they said they found their, and it was a man. Now I talk about women all the time because that's my biggest target audience. But when I tell y'all these men have been reaching out to me this year, and I'm talking about not on no, I'm trying to holler, but girl, I see you and I'm trying to heal. Okay, y'all better stop playing. The Mother Wound Recovery Suite, if you know y'all need that, the LINK is in my bio. All right, make sure you're following me. I'm about to get off here. I love y'all. I'll be back next week, I guess. I don't know. I'll be back, but make sure you're following me. All right. Let me end. What is this? LinkedIn, end stream. So proud of myself for remembering to hit the go live button today on LinkedIn. Renisha, you deserve a cookie. Thank you. I hope y'all have an amazingly safe weekend. Watch your surroundings. There are all kind of things that's happening. Please watch your surroundings. Don't be sitting in your car with the doors unlocked. Even if you're sitting in your car, Malik, you can inbox me, or just you can go to my pin site LINK in my bio and click on the Mother Wound Recovery Suite. That also comes with 2 free 15-minute sessions for me. So it's 4 classes in one. So for class number 1, there's an assignment you have to do. After you complete that assignment, you will message me and ask me to set up a free Zoom session so I can help you with that. And the same thing for class 3, I believe. All right. Don't sit in your cars unlocked. Make sure you're watching your surroundings. Don't be like me in the parking lot on the phone, but I'm very aware of my surroundings, even when I'm scrolling, but still. Okay. And I'm saying this for a reason. Don't be sitting with your house door unlocked, all of that. Just make sure you're aware of your surroundings. Okay? And I'm going to leave it at that. Y'all be safe this weekend. Love y'all. Bye. YouTube, thank you so much for hitting the like button.